Hey people, CzarThwomp here, and welcome to the first episode of my new Let's Play, Pikmin. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, wait, there are options? Actually, wait, no, I've already configured the options. Okay, so anyways. Okay, that was a little weird. It was as if my controller didn't want to cooperate with me. So anyways, here's my practice file. And let's go. The impact site. My name is Captain Olimar. While traveling through space, my ship was struck by a meteor. I must have blacked out, and I awoke on the surface of a weird planet. With so many parts lost, the skeletal hull of my beloved dolphin is a painful sight. The engine is gone. I'm stranded. To make matters worse, my atmospheric sensors indicate this planet's environment contains high levels of poisonous oxygen. My life support system can function for only 30 days. If I can't repair the dolphin by then, no. Better not to think about it. I must find the missing ship parts. So anyways, in regards to this game, basically it's very similar to the Overlord series that I've already covered on this channel. In fact, basically Overlord kind of is inspired by Pikmin. Basically, the main thing with Pikmin is that unlike Overlord, which is all about combat and basically and you can basically spend as much time as you want doing just whatever. In Pikmin, you have 30 days to get 30 ship parts, and Olimar isn't much of a fighter, so you have to rely on your wits, as well as careful planning and, well, Pikmin. So anyways, over there is a pellet. We'll be getting to that in just a bit. But in regards to this game, basically, I have a bit of a funny story when it comes to Pikmin 1. Basically, when I first got this game for the GameCube, it was sometime after basically the GameCube went out of just production. Basically, it was back when GameStop actually had a used game section for basically retro consoles and the like. So I go in to buy Pikmin 2 because basically Pikmin 2 was my very first Pikmin game, and I saw it in the stores. I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna give this a shot because back in the day, I didn't know what the heck I was doing with Pikmin 2. I was completely lost, so I just sold the game back. And so I see Okay, so anyways, I'll read this. A strange thing has appeared before me. I had barely begun my search when it reared up as if it was waiting for me. It then dropped a single seed. What is it? Is it alive? Is it a machine? Is it going to rob me? Is it going to take my shoes? It resembles a vegetable on my home planet that we call an onion. I shall call this an onion too. So anyways, where's the Pikmin? Oh, there it is. For a second, I thought my game glitched. The seed that the onion drop took root in the soil and has now produced an adorable little sprout. This sprout emits a strange light and it sways back and forth without benefit of wind. I cannot help but think it is calling to me. I am compelled. I must approach it and press the A button. So anyways, if you leave one little strategy that you can do at this point in the game, leave the Pikmin in the ground. Because basically eventually it will develop into a bud Pikmin and then a flower Pikmin. So basically, since the first day isn't timed in any way, shape, or form, this is just a tutorial day, you can basically just wait around and just wait for your Pikmin to basically become stronger. But anyways, back to the story I was saying. Which I'll tell after we deal with the intro for red Pikmin. Extraordinary! When I plucked up the sprout, it turned out to be a living creature, not a plant. Picking it has done no visible damage. It just stands there, staring at me, menacingly. Its shape is so similar to the Pick brand carrots I love so much. I believe I shall call it a Pikmin. Here I am, stranded on a toxic planet, fighting to survive, and yet I am intrigued. I must research this fascinating creature. I shall try to grab it, and then throw it with A, and I will call it to my side with B. Perhaps it will react by pressing X, or moving the camera stick while holding L as well. The following controls appear to allow me to several viewpoints. Yeah, so basically it's just telling you the camera perspectives. Personally, I like to have it where... Come on. There we go. I like to have the mid perspective because that way it's just not right on you. When you're close up, it's just... You can barely see, and then when you're far away, it's just like, ugh. So this is the best way, in my personal opinion. So anyways, as I was saying, just... In regards to this game, I did not intend to buy this game originally. I was trying to buy Pikmin 2, so I see Pikmin 2 in the store. I'm like, oh hey, cool, I'll buy Pikmin 2. Astonishing! The onion has sown more seeds. The small red pellet the Pikmin harvested after cutting down a flower appears to be some type of food that can propagate more Pikmin. The onion seems to be a sort of incubator. Needless to say, I must study this strange life form more. So as I was saying before I was interrupted again, basically, I buy Pikmin 2 and I'm like, okay, cool, I'll play Pikmin 2. And then I discover I have Pikmin 1. Now the thing with the Pikmin series is that basically before I really played the first game, I really wasn't too much into it, basically. Because like I said, my first experience with Pikmin was Pikmin 2, where Pikmin 2, I will say this, it's a good game and all, but it's not exactly the best for a player just starting out. Because, basically, it's very open-ended. It's basically just, hey, you like Pikmin 1? You want more Pikmin 1? We'll give you way more Pikmin 1. But instead of basically focusing on time and the like, it's focusing more on basically just cave strategy. So anyways, you throw a Pikmin an object they can carry, they'll carry it. You can also move around a Pikmin by your Pikmin on your own by holding the L button, and then basically moving the R stick. In the GameCube version of the game, which in my personal opinion has the best controls, basically, it basically, if you just move the C stick, you are just moving the Pikmin around instantly. I personally am not too big a fan of just having a free camera, because when you have a free camera, it really just does not benefit Olimar. It just feels weird in terms of the angling. I personally prefer just the click-back camera. But yeah, I would say that if you want to get into the Pikmin series, the first game is definitely the best one to start with, because basically it's the most because basically it keeps to the basics and it embodies just the best qualities of the series. Namely, just focusing on playing your time and basically just exploring the environment. So for this first day, it's nice and slow, as I said before. You have no enemies to deal with. You're just getting your Pikmin, no time limit, and you're fixed to one part. One Pikmin short, darn it! Wait, where's our other? Oh, wait, right, they're in the ground. Yeah, it would help to actually pluck the Pikmin from the ground. Whenever I do this game in my free time, I basically just... No, I don't want to do that. I want to do this. When I do this game in my free time, I basically just like to get all my Pikmin flowered, so that way they're all ready and raring to go when the actual time limit starts. The Pikmin are as curious as children. They form groups to perform tasks that would be impossible for an individual. A glimmer of hope has begun to shine in my heart. If I can make use of their skills, perhaps I can fix my ship. I shall sum up all I've learned of Pikmin conduct. Basically, we don't really need to go into that. It's just teaching you the basic controls. But yeah, Omar, I can go and I can create a sweatshop when I get back home. I'll make a sweatshop of Pikmin. Omar forcing the Pikmin to work. But I will say this. While the first game is certainly a lot of fun to play, and is the best if you just want a quick fix of Pikmin, it can be a bit frustrating as far as the controls are concerned, because the Pikmin more or less just do their own thing. Anyways, here's our first ship part. Amazing! There's no mistaking it. My ship's engine rests before my very eyes. By a stroke of pure luck, I have already stumbled upon the most important piece of my damaged craft. Fate has smiled upon me, but how will I get back to the dolphin? Okay, so as you can see, you need 20 Pikmin. Thankfully, there are plenty of Pikmin just lying around for you to take. On a different subject, though, one thing I've always found amusing is the fact that you look at Olimar, basically, you just look at him from a design perspective. When many Pikmin seeds sprout at once, I find it rather tedious to pluck them from the ground individually. My wife always told me I was no good at routine tasks. I guess I'm gonna have to get it all done once by holding A until I pick all the Pikmin from the ground. I've noticed that when I add Pikmin to my group, they become filled with excitement and flushed with bright color. At other times, they revert to a paler hue and give off a dim glow. Paying close attention to these differences is bound to help me distinguish between Pikmin. Basically, if a Pikmin is pale in color, it is currently idle, and if it's brightly colored, it's part of the group. So, anyways, if you press the B button, you will blow a whistle. This will summon the Pikmin by your side if they're idle. So yeah, you'll be definitely taking advantage of that. You'll be getting used to that whistle sound. But anyways, as I was saying, I've always found it funny because from a design perspective, you would expect Olimar to have this nasally voice. Basically, this nasally voice where basically just kind of like this, you know? Kind of like how I would do for a character like Albert Hairbrain. But meanwhile, basically, Pikmin 3 comes around, and even in Pikmin 2, and you get it where Olimar has this insanely deep voice, just Olimar. Gary, come on! Yeah, meanwhile, Olimar, he doesn't even lift a finger. He refuses to help lift a finger in carrying the engine. You think Olimar, like, come on, Pikmin, I'll help you out. Meanwhile, Olimar's just standing around like some taskmaster. Yeah! Olimar makes a makeshift whip out of a vine. Yeah! Who needs a whistle when you have Vine Whip? Yeah! Oh, glorious! With the help of these Pikmin, I've taken a huge step back towards home. My ship can once again lift off. The glimmer of hope is beginning to burn more brightly. But what has become of the remaining parts? The search starts tomorrow because, I only have a month before I die on this planet. But, I'm just gonna get one part and then I'm done for the day. One day since impact, I have somehow managed to launch the Dolphin, but I was surprised to see the Onion lift off with me. Perhaps the Pikmin cannot survive overnight on the planet's surface, or have they merely decided to join me for other reasons? Either way, it seems they will help me again tomorrow. The Dolphin is missing 29 parts. If I can't recover them all, I may never return home to the family on planet Huckatate. Analysis shows life support systems will function for only 29 more days. How can I repair my Dolphin in such a short time? A dense force is visible on the surface below, as it holds the keys to my survival. I shall name it the Force of Hope. I'll explore tomorrow. So anyways, while that time limit may seem imposing, 29 days for 29 parts, basically, it's surprisingly doable because basically a lot of the parts are not going to be, the parts are typically not going to be all that hidden. So anyways, we're going to save the game. Arguably, I would say that day 2 is one of the harder days because basically there's a lot going on this day. So anyways, in terms of how the day system works, for these episodes, I'm going to do 2 days an episode. So anyways, without further ado, let's get going. Oars of Hope. You can go back to the crash site, but you won't be able to do anything there with your current abilities. Okay, so anyways, it's go time. After Olimar has to give some more exposition. My dolphin has returned to the surface along with the Pikmin's onion. Being alone on this strange planet makes me somewhat uneasy, so I shall call the Pikmin out of the onion. All I need to do is stand on the light beneath the onion and say, what else are you going to do, Olimar? You just going to stand there, pound the gate with your fist, pretend it's your boss's face? This is for not giving me that raise! This is for denying me vacation! This is for bothering me in the middle of the night to sort out files! This is for you sending me during my grandfather's funeral to buy ointment for you! So anyways, let's go. Now you notice that there was a yellow posy, basically. Yellow posies, basically, if we were to bring that back to the onion, while we would get a Pikmin out of it, we would not be able to... Oh, freaking... sorry about that. We would not get a bonus. So anyways, for gates like this, you want to just put your Pikmin there and then just leave them to go crazy. Unfortunately, we really can't do much while we're waiting for this gate to go down, but it won't take too long. Instead, we'll use this as an opportunity to maybe pluck up some nectar. Okay, so anyways, at this point, we're going to want to go crazy. After this gate goes down. Okay, go, go, go. Okay. Another intriguing discovery. A local variety of grass produces a sort of yellow nectar. When the Pikmin drinks this delicacy, they instantly mature into flowers. This apparent Pikmin favorite seems to be full of nutrition. Upon closer observation is needed to determine the strengths and peculiarities of these flower Pikmin. Basically, they're stronger, they're faster. Basically, they're Donkey Kong. Okay, go, go, go. Anyways, for Bulborbs, throw the Pikmin on top, they'll die instantly. Oh no! No, 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 we're not dealing with Pikmin deaths right now. Okay. Okay, don't wake up the Bulborb. Okay, we'll put those Pikmin on the gate for the time being, just to start cracking it down. The Pikmin should be in a good state. And screw it. Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna want to crack this gate down as fast as we can. idle Pikmin is a bad Pikmin, in my personal opinion. Okay, good. Red Pikmin, basically, in regards to their qualities, red Pikmin are immune to fire, which isn't all that prevalent in this game. However, what is prevalent is their ability to fight. They deal 1.5 times damage compared to blue Pikmin and yellow Pikmin, the other two types that you'll find in this game. So, they are your big fighters. They are your front line. Okay. Okay. And we'll take that. Okay, let's see what Omar has to say about this one. Why, it's the Eternal Fuel Dynamo! It has an unlimited energy supply! I won't have to worry about saving electricity anymore! This will make my fight for survival a bit easier! And then all of a sudden, Omar sees another ship land, a much larger ship, and then basically Scooter, he comes out of it. Nothing personal, kid! Boom, just smashes Omar, takes the dynamo. Mine! What is that Pikmin doing? Eternal Fuel Dynamo. This should light things up. No more candles for me. I have now recovered 2 out of 30 parts. If I can find just 3 more, I should be able to increase my ship's capabilities. Basically meaning, Omar will get a location. No, don't drink up the... No! Yeah, that's the only thing about... What the frick is with this angle? No! Okay, good. Thank you. Give me my camera back. Sorry, I need to check the controls again. Come on. Reset camera. Okay, thank you. How to unpan the camera? Why did I press that to do the camera? What I did? Okay, there, okay. Okay, sorry about that. Apparently, if you tilt the stick up, you get this weird above angle. Oh, I was a little nervous at first. Yes, Omar telling you, oh hey, the day is halfway done. Congrats, lazy bones, you basically did nothing. You broke a gate down and got a single part. Give yourself a freaking cookie. Okay, so let's throw our Pikmin up here. I know this may seem a little excessive, but we're going to want that. So anyways, when Pikmin get bucked off of an enemy, in this game, they will go into they'll basically go into, from flower to bud to basically leaf. In other games, they will go straight to leaf form from flower. Oh, by the way, Pikmin can also trip, so be cautious. No! Eat! Okay! Not exactly the proudest moment, but hey, it worked. It's the shock absorber. This apparatus counteracts the shaking and swaying that normally occurs during flight. It's smooth sailing with this in place, usually. Okay, as tempting as it is to go down there and get that next part, that's a bit of a trap. Because basically we'll be cut off. Okay, so we're going to want to basically just get this back. We're going to get this part back, and then we're going to put away some of our Pikmin. Okay. Shock absorber. This nifty little device counteracts the shaking and swaying experienced in typical space flight. I have now recovered 3 out of 30 parts. If I can just find 2 more, I should be able to increase my ship's capabilities. Okay, so anyways, we're going to go and we are going to put away. We'll leave out 35 Pikmin. We'll leave out 30 Pikmin. Oh crap, run, run, run. Okay, if a Bulborb is charging you, just get away from it and wait for it to go back to sleep. There you go. You don't need a lot of Pikmin to take on a Bulborb, just enough. And over here... Okay, we're going to place our red Pikmin right over here. Dismiss them with the X button. The color is different, but it seems to be a Pikmin nonetheless. First glance suggests this one has what, in some circles, could be considered very large ears. It looks like it may weigh less than the others. In what other ways might be different from the red Pikmin? I must be sure to observe it closely. I can hold a Pikmin for a moment with A and then swap to another by pressing R. So basically, if you want to switch between your Pikmin types while in a big group, just hold the Pikmin, switch with R. So in regards to Yellow Pikmin, while they're my favorite Pikmin in the entire series in terms of overall appearance, they are arguably some of the most niche. Because in this game, their skills, they can be thrown up higher, and they can handle bomb rocks. So basically, you're not going to really need a lot of them, but you will need them. And we're not going to need too many right now, but you are going to want to get as many as you can. No, I don't want to deposit Yellow Pikmin! Okay, so anyways. This right here is a bomb rock. Bomb rocks are are simultaneously some of your best friends and your worst enemies. Because basically bomb rocks, they are needed to destroy certain obstacles, and they can do a lot of damage to enemies. However, one wrong placed bomb rock and bang, your entire Pikmin squad is dead. The Yellow Pikmin have picked up some peculiar stones. Why did they decide to grab them? This action seems to be instinctive to the Yellow Pikmin. But just what are these strange glowing stones? Brightly glowing cracks cover them. Perhaps these cracks indicate that there's tremendous power locked away within. This merits further research. So anyways, for a gate like this, you just need 3 to take them down. The glowing rocks the Yellow Pikmin picked up seem to be explosive stones. Perhaps they know that these stones can be used as powerful weapons. The bomb rocks are dangerous, so I must take care when using them. But they should be able to blast open the stone walls that block the pathways. I may even be able to use them against some of the wild creatures. I must be vigilant. When I throw a bomb rock carrying Pikmin and give them orders, they will toss their bomb rocks at nearby walls or obstacles. This explosive power of the bomb rocks is tremendous, so I must keep my distance. And one of them died. How'd he die? Okay. Come on. Okay, let's go take these bomb rocks. Okay, basically, this right here is telling you, hey. Okay. Okay, let's pluck. Okay, unfortunately we missed out on some Pikmin from that one big bull board right there, as well as that other one. But hey, we did pretty well. We got 2 parts, and we got a good number of Yellow Pikmin at our disposal. This should be able to tide us over for the time being. Two days since impact. It appears that many of my ship's parts have landed in this region. If I can just recover the parts of my radar, I should be able to use my radar screen. How that would improve my chances. Then I'd only have to press plus to locate my parts. Yet, there seems to be many hostile life forms here. If I'm attacked and my spacesuit takes damage, I must return to my ship, stand directly in front of it, and press the A button to make suit repairs. As I explore, I must pay attention to my suit's damage meter in the bottom left corner of the screen. Otherwise, if Olimar runs out of health, the day ends. You lose an entire day. Even though we lost a few Pikmin, it's not too bad. So anyways, on that note, I think that now would be a good time to end things off. I really appreciate that you stuck around to watch this episode. You're a great viewer, and I hope you come back for the next one. If you'd like to be a like, subscribe, comment, share, do whatever that you want. And with that, I'll see you next time. Bye.